All right, everybody, it's Truck Talk Tuesday. This week we're going to talk about tenant liability insurance. I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep this sweet. Most leases in the state of North Carolina, especially if it's the North Carolina Association of Realtors approved standard lease agreement, has a clause in there about tenant liability insurance. It's not the same as renter's insurance. That's what a lot of people think. But it is tenant liability insurance, which basically means in the event that something happens, I'm gonna give you a nutshell recap here. In the event something happens that's not a good situation, a kitchen fire or something that not too long ago in Greenville, there was a tenant that actually drove their car into the front of the building. Wasn't one that we managed, thankfully, but I do know it happened. I do know the guy who had to kind of deal with that. That's where a tenant liability policy would kick in. Now, the question is, if it's in the lease agreement, the tenants are supposed to have it. They are, but how is that enforced? How is that checked? If you manage a bunch of properties, you have a bunch of tenants, do you have a system in place to double check and make sure that they have not canceled their tenant liability insurance? Do you have a system in place to even validate that it's real, that they have it, and or it's been renewed? Fortunately, here at Flagship, we actually have that. We have a program that the tenants are mandated to buy into, basically, with their lease agreement that they pay, that includes their tenant liability insurance coverage. So tenants get peace of mind that they don't have to go out and try to find their own. They're welcome to if they want to, and then they get a discount on the program, but they already have it covered with this particular program. That program also includes a number of other things that give them a lot of benefits during their stay with us here at Flagship. That's very important. If you don't have that, you don't have a system to keep that, and you have something happen at your rental property that their insurance would kick in. If they don't have it, can't get blood out of a turnip, folks. So it's very hard to follow up with that if you don't have something in place to make sure they've got it, they've paid for it, and most importantly, they've renewed it. If they've been there a long-term tenant. So I don't want to see a situation happen to you or any of our properties that we manage here at Flagship where tenant liability insurance would help and it not be in place. So something for you to think about if you are a private landlord managing your own properties, or something you may want to think about if you're looking to hire a property manager or even ask your current property manager. How do they check that? How do they validate it? How do they make sure that their property is protected in the event that the tenant has a liability damage against that property? Check that out. We're not insurance agents, but we know a little bit.